For the algorithm. FTA.
FTA featuring Sick Cam.
I'm getting over being sick. I was sick all weekend. I was dying. How did you get sick again, bro? Last time I saw
I
you,
don't
you were
know.
sick. Now you're sick
I
again.
I have no idea. And this time it's more just like tired cam. I've been like can't like keep my eyes open. I've been like so tired for the last, I don't know, 3 days.
Have you still been working? You just been asleep all day.
Incidentally, I haven't been scheduled, which has been good because yeah, I've
That's
just been
good.
like exhausted. And I was sort of annoyed about it a few days ago when I realized like they didn't schedule me for a full week. And I was like, why didn't you schedule me? And I called my manager and I was like, can you give me more hours? And he was like, sorry, payroll's really tight this week. And I was like,
They just do
okay.
that? They're just like,
Yeah, I was like,
we're
how are
not going
you
to
gonna
schedule you this week at all.
Yeah, I was like, how are you gonna do that? But then I've just been so tired. I'm like, alright, fine.
You do look pale. You got like a pale complexion, like a tired,
I don't know what's going on, man.
ghastly cam, ghostly cam.
Yeah.
Truly, hey,
I'm the
you
same
could.
color as my bed.
You're the same color as
Yeah, I'm really
guy.
embodying that guy.
But man, for the algorithm, what episode is this? How many of these have we done? Hey, we've
This
kept it
eight,
up.
maybe? Yeah.
Kept it up. I'm glad. I don't really. I'm just doing this for like fun, but it is nice when I'm like, hey, subscribers. Even if the views are
Yeah.
little, I'm like, this is,
Mm-hmm.
this is something.
That's something.
Mouse is like a star of like every. She's like Mouse. Is Mouse a man or a woman? What
He's a
what gender
man.
is Mouse? He's like in it. I don't know why I immediately assume every cat is like is a woman. I don't know. I'm just like
It's funny.
a cat is a woman.
That's definitely like a stereotype, but I always look at cats and I'm like, that's a boy. I'm like, oh.
For some reason, I see a cat. I'm like, that's a woman. That's a feline. Have you been? What have you? Have you been? If you better been eating. You sick? You know you gotta eat, bro. Eat
See, that's
food.
part of the problem is that I've been like just sleeping nonstop, which means that I'm not eating, and then I wake up and I'm probably in like malnourished, and I'm like, "Oh, I just want to go back to bed."
Better eat some
So
food, bro.
it's like a cycle. So
you
yeah,
probably
I'll eat
getting
something after this.
you probably getting sick just from the pure malnourishment, just from the pure
Yeah,
like no fuel going into your body. You just dying.
I did see this tweet that was like, "You're not eepy, you're 30 and dehydrated." And I was like, "Yeah, maybe, probably." Try
That
water.
always freaked me out. How people like forget to drink. I'm like
Mm-hmm.
I'm sipping like so much water in a day. I'm down in like 5, 6 bottles or more. Like I'm just down
Mm-hmm.
in bottles. I'm like, how do you forget to drink, bro? Like how do you just go time without drink? I'm always thinking about like I need to drink water. Like it's always
Mm-hmm.
on my mind.
Got water just out of frame, so I'm gonna have to get up and get in a
you
second.
got you got energy drinks. Are you still down in your energy drinks while falling asleep?
Oh yeah, and they're not doing anything. I'm like, what's the point? Down an energy drink and fall asleep. I'm like, what's even going on here?
I know people who be sipping coffee right before bed. They're like, and they just fall
That's
asleep.
wild.
Like
Doing that like on purpose is crazy.
your body,
But
your chemistry, you're doing some weird stuff to your body.
for
I've been,
sure.
I've been working. I've been having like a cough, and it's been the worst because my job is like I'm like a call center person.
Oh
So
right.
I'm like on the phone, like I have like my earphones on with the mouthpiece, and I'm like, "Hello, so what do you need?" And I press mute, and then I like, and then I unmute, and I'm like, "All right,
Mhm.
so this is what you." Then like I'm clicking like mute.
I'm just thinking mute. There are times where I'll be like bagging someone's stuff, and I'm just like, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Well,
But
you're just like,
Anyway.
You've been at what? You've been like vomiting at work or coughing.
Oh no, that was just my bad coughing impression.
I
I was
wasn't
oh
sure if
my
that was like.
god.
I wasn't sure if that was vomit or cough. I was like, "What? That is
Yeah.
that sounded violent."
I did have this cough that wouldn't go away for like weeks, and I would just like duck behind the counter between customers and just be like, and then like hop up and be like, I'm fine.
Oh man, these Scarface people are not happy. This is not even related to FTA, but man,
I know, I didn't know they were gonna be so mad.
I didn't know. I feel like it was clear that we thought the movie was good. We were having a good time. We were like having the time of our
Yeah.
life.
I was like, this is such a fun viewing. This is gonna be such a fun video, and everyone's like so mad.
Oh well, I enjoyed the video. As long as
Yeah.
I enjoy the video, I don't really care. I'm like, hey man, I watched that
Yeah.
video. I'm like, this was a fun time, and I move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what the topics? Oh yeah, it was gonna be sick, almost dying, awesome.
Right.
Is there anything going on? What is happening, bro?
Well, we could talk about
yeah.
how I was like, in our last episode, I was like, LOL, I'm getting Cody Ko recommendations in my, or like I'm getting Cody Ko videos in my recommended lately. I've been, for some reason, getting recommendations from like 2016 YouTube in my feed recently, like old like Cody Ko videos.
Yikes!
And it's like YouTube figured out that he's a hot topic, but didn't really know why.
Oh, because of the allegations or the
Yeah. Of
I don't
course,
know
I just like bring him up unsolicitedly, and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been watching Cody Ko lately," and then it's like, "Oh yeah, he's catching a case right now."
I don't like the person that was reporting. I'm so disconnected from that entire side of YouTube. The person reporting, I didn't know who that person was either. I'm like, who are these? When I see like that side of YouTube, I'm like, who are these niggas? Like that's my first thought. I'm like, who are these niggas?
Both of them have said that, by the way. It's funny how
They
that works.
they both have dropped the
Cody
hard
Ko and
ends.
Tana Mojo both have N-word pasts.
Oh man.
Which the Cody Ko one only came out recently, and the Tana Mojo, like, she has a storied history. She's like a very controversial. Her podcast is called Cancelled because she's been.
I hate when comedians
She's like,
do that. I hate when content creators or comedians like that's their whole gimmick. Like they'll have I'll be on like the conservative side of Netflix. I don't have a Netflix account, but I'll be on someone else's. And every comedy special is like hashtag canceled, uncancelable. You can't cancel me. I'm like, let it go, bro. Why is this a gimmick? Why? Well, you think about this so much. You think about getting canceled so often, man. Like, it's so lame. I hate that they're leaning into this, bro. I'm like, the snowflakes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tana Mojo is like kind of edgy and annoying, which is the main thing being used against her right now. Where it's like the allegations that she's making are pretty clearly backed up, and like she has like someone corroborating them, and she's been saying it for years. But she's also just kind of really annoying. So then people are like, "Oh, whatever," which is unfortunate.
I don't even know. I can't picture Cody Ko's face in my head. I'm like, who is this guy? I can picture a general outline of a white man in my mind, but
that's about it. He's a very ordinary looking white guy, I'd say.
Yeah, this looks like just a general, like if you like start a video game and you go to like create your character, like this is the base like character that you like that you would start with like on the screen. Yeah, okay. Every picture is him and that Tana girl.
Oh yeah. If I looked up Cody Ko right now, what comes up?
That's
swat
every picture.
Please. Yeah, I was definitely a big Cody Ko fan in like early high school.
When was his prime?
Well, he was a Viner. I didn't really watch him on Vine, but then he.
How
I would
old were
say
you
like
when Vine
20.
was at its peak?
I must have been late middle school.
That's crazy because I remember Vine when I was like late high school. Like,
When did Vine die? Mine
I mean,
died
when
in
did Vine?
2017, which would have been my freshman year of high school.
I
So,
graduated. I graduated high school in 2015. I graduated in 2015. I am the class of 2015. Oh man, you child.
yeah.
So
Um,
I was like walking around and people were recording vines. Like it was an epidemic, bro. Like
mhm.
people would try to get me to be in their vines. People would try to get me to film their vines, and I would just never do it. Oh yeah, dude. Okay, so you know how like Logan Paul and Jake Paul started on Vine?
Mhm.
So they're both from Ohio, and one of my
Right.
my rich white friend went to high school with the Paul brothers,
Whoa.
and they lived. I mean, I don't want to. They weren't like neighbors, but they lived in the same like development of really large houses. So
Mhm.
and they were like they were doing some wild stuff even in that age. I mean, of course, when they were like teenagers on Vine, they were kind of getting big. But I'm talking like before that, like when they were like kids, like age 5 and 7 and stuff. Like they were
Oh,
already
wow.
causing mayhem in the neighborhood. I feel like I can't confirm this, but I feel like I was at because this was like my rich white friend. She lives in like a mini mansion, and I'd be at like her like birthday party. Like I'd just be chilling there. I feel like I
Mhm.
was there one day, and I think I said something to one of those Paul brothers that made them upset. I can't confirm it, but I was. But people tell me that I did this, but I don't
That's
remember a lot
funny.
of childhood. But they said that I
Mhm.
said that they were. I called them lame losers or or something.
Wow.
At like the age of like 8 or something. So
What a history to have with them.
I don't remember doing this. But I mean they wouldn't have like stood out to me. They would have just looked like some rich white boys, I guess. But like yeah, I go
Mhm.
to her Facebook page and I look up the Paul brothers and she's like friends with them. Like
That's
she
really
grew
funny.
up with these people. Like their personal Facebook pages. Like she's and I see like their like pictures from like way
Wow.
back in the day on there. It's wild, man.
Incidentally, Mojo, the girl who accused Cody Ko, was once married to Jake Paul.
Like
So
full
comes
on
full
marriage or
circle.
was it a YouTube marriage?
I think it was a YouTube marriage. It was like, LOL, let's get married. And
Oh man.
then, yeah. How
I
old are Jake Paul age?
I feel like Jake Paul's the same age as me, 26.
Right. 97. Oh, that's so bizarre because okay. Um
I told you we are. Jake Paul is my peer. I was there when he was young. He we grew up in the same. Well, when I would visit that rich area, he was there evidently.
mhm. It just reminds me because I was thinking, okay, here's a piece of lore. Do I want to give this piece of lore about myself?
You got to. You
Uh,
already you committed to it, bro.
I know, I'm already here. One take, Jake. We're already here.
I mean,
Um,
you could delete it if you're in edit mode. You could
that's true.
always cut it out.
Oh, I think I've mentioned this to you that when I was 18, I dated a 24-year-old.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you told me this.
So I was
Because
just thinking about that.
when I first met you, I think you were
Hmm.
19 maybe. Like I think you were freshly 19. You were like it was my birthday not long
Hmm.
ago or something. And like you were talking about that a lot, like how like if we were watching something and there was any age gap, you were like so
Yeah,
traumatized.
I
You were
was
like,
super
"Oh,
sensitive to age
like
gaps.
this person's 19 and that person's 22." Oh, and
Yeah.
you were like I was like this is a hurt. She's real hurt about this, man. Like what happened
Hmm.
with that? Like
That
but
was nasty. But oh, I was just thinking about that because I was thinking he was born in 97, as was Jake Paul. As were, what year were you born?
I'm 97. Yeah.
97. Okay, yeah.
I'm the same
Because then when I was
age
talking
as
about high
Jake
school, you were like,
Paul.
I graduated in 2015. I was like, oh yeah, so did he, I think. And I'm like, that's
where all
weird.
the it's man, I just can't imagine when I was 24.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, now especially, like I see an 18-year-old, I confuse them with like a 14-year-old. Like they
Hmm.
look really young. I don't know, they just look really young. But like when I was 24, honestly, at every stage of my life, I always preferred girls who were older than me. Like when I was
Hmm.
when I was like in high school, I was like trying to. I was like talking to the college girls. Like I was like, I was like trying to. Which I mean, if they, which did involve some weird situations that I won't get into, but like that's like, like like that was. I
Hmm.
always prefer when I was in middle school. I would be like, oh, those high school girls, like, cause the middle school and the high school for when I was coming up was like right across from each other. It wasn't like a separate thing. Like it was
Hmm.
like middle school and the high school was over there. So I'd be like outside and I'd be like, oh yeah, like my peers, like people would be coming to me, like girls my age would be like, hey, awesome. I'd be like, hey, and then I'd be like diverting my attention back over there.
Hmm. That's so
but
funny.
but like I just can't. I don't know, man. If I was 24 and an 18-year-old, I just so when I was 24, I was working at an unspecified grocery store, and there
Hmm.
was like this. I think she started at 17 and she became 18 when she worked there, but she just had a rough background. Like she was literally like she was. I don't know how if this was legal, but she was living in a house because both her parents died, so she was living in a house by herself, and her
Hmm.
grandparents lived states away. So she had to
Oh
like get
man.
a job and like pay the bills of the house essentially. But the house was like paid off. And I guess she
Hmm.
would like send stuff to her grandparents and her grandparents would like fill out any forms that were needed, but
Oh, I
I
see.
don't know. They didn't really want to like but she was pretty much alone all the time. And like I would be and it was so weird cuz there'd be like 30-year-old coworkers, 25, and they'd be like trying to get with her and I was like
Hmm.
this is weird. I mean, I would be like I'd like drive her home from work just because she would walk to work all the time. I'd be like, just to be kind, like I'd drive her home.
Yeah.
But like people would be like, hey, you drove her home last night. I'd be like, dude, that girl is barely 18. Like,
Hmm.
I'm like, bro, I drove her
Icky, icky,
home
icky.
and I went back home. Like,
Yeah.
but it was weird, man.
Cody Ko can't say the same, unfortunately.
Did you have any? Was there any more to that Cam lore of you with the 18 and the 24?
Oh, I mean, there's plenty of lore, but none of it that I think I'll get into now. But I'm sure it'll come out at times.
I just remember,
Um,
I remember freshly damaged Cam. I remember that.
yeah, yeah, I suppose.
But so yeah, oh yeah. Before we get into the, so we got into you eating Jewish
Hmm.
Judaism. Is there any Jewish holidays coming up?
Um, not that I'm immediately aware of. Not any big ones,
If I look
but
up,
there's lots of
if
them,
I look
so
up a Jewish holiday and there's one
let's
coming up
see.
soon,
I mean, there are lots of like little ones. Let's see.
nearest Jewish holiday. Today is July. Why does this Jewish website want to know my location? Like this is some weird. It says Tisha B'av. I don't know what that is. That's coming up. Merry Tisha B'av. Happy Tisha B'av.
Tisha B'av. Huh.
This solemn day is a reminder of the destruction of the first and second temples in Jerusalem, which occurred on the same Hebrew calendar date. It is traditional to fast. Tisha
I
B'av.
fully am not sure what this is. I've never heard of this.
You don't keep Tisha B'av holy in your heart?
The 3 weeks I've never heard of this.
You
Oh
don't hold it
no.
holy?
Um, wow. Yeah, no. I don't know. No one yell at me. I don't know what this is.
What about Sakat? What about
Sukkot was like a
Shimoni
hmm?
as at Zaret? I'm just. You should know these things.
Well, those aren't for a while. Those are in October.
But yeah, oh, I
But
wanted, but I did want to get it because, dude, okay. So in 2021, I was
mhm.
that because I never really got into it, but I did get like because my fans really came together. Like they was crowdsourcing, dude. It was a wild thing.
That's
Like
so
and I didn't really speak much about it either. Like I only made like because it was like a gap of no videos that like if it wouldn't have like stopped the workflow, like if I could have been like in the hospital bed still doing something, I probably
Mhm.
wouldn't have brought it up. But I was just like, hey man, I'm in the hospital, I almost died. And then they I got like over $1,000 from that. Like they were like just like on the first day they were just like
Wow.
here's all this money. I was like, this is some wild stuff. But
Mhm.
it but yeah, 2021. Uh, at some point I got COVID. I don't know how. I mean, I was a what were they calling grocery store? What were they calling people that had to work during COVID and couldn't
Like
stay
essential
inside? Uh,
workers.
yeah, I was an essential worker. I was a grocery. I was getting overtime. I was getting big paid, bro.
That's
The
good,
amount of
at
money I was
least.
making from YouTube and from the grocery store, it was great,
Mhm.
bro. I was balling, but I couldn't go anywhere, so I was balling at home. But at some point, I got COVID, and then I got really sick. I had pneumonia for like 6 or 7 months straight. Like
Oh my god.
literally, like I just had walking pneumonia that never went away.
Uh-huh.
And the wild thing is, it was kind of like, I mean, it was like the sickness, but it was like mainly, it was like my fault because I was like stubborn and like I was like, why? I don't think I did. It was like a whole, health insurance in America. Like you don't want to go to the doctor and all that.
Yeah.
But I was like I'd be taking a step and I'd be out of breath. Like it would feel like I ran like I'd get out the car and I'd be like ready to just go to sleep right there. Like
Mhm.
like say you're like walking and there's like a slight curb that's maybe like 3 inches high that you have to step over. That energy to
Mhm.
like lift my body up over that curve would be like equivalent to just like running up and down some stairs. Like that's how exhausted I was. Like walking from, cause like I'd work in the back of the grocery store. Walking from the door to the back of the grocery store was like, I was like, I'm gonna die. Like I was
Mhm.
literally pale. It was like
Mhm.
I was losing so much weight, like that my collarbone was all like shoulders collarbone was all exposed. It was disturbing, man.
Oh god.
I mean, like if you see like the early videos where we were like, I mean, I was on the recovery, but like it was so bad that my hair was falling out. Like my hair was like significantly shorter. Like if you see
Uh-huh.
those early Glee videos, like I mean,
Yeah.
I'll never go like chest free on a YouTube, but like my chest hair and arm hair and leg hair was like falling off my. It was literally like I was just dying, dude. Like I was
Mhm.
like for like 6 or 7 months, and it was so bad that like I eventually got heart failure because it was just like so messed up that like my
Mhm.
heart was like beating. My blood pressure. What is like an average? What is like a healthy blood pressure? Have you watched what's? do you
Have I watched
do
enough
you know
House
the
to
number?
know?
Have you watched enough House to know
I
this?
I I couldn't tell you. I had to get my blood pressure taken recently, and they told me what it was, and I was like, I have no idea. That's normal. But
Let me see. Let me see. What is healthy? Did they say your blood pressure was good?
I think it was fine. But
Okay, they say a blood 120 and 80. Like it's always two numbers.
mhm.
So yeah, 120 and 80. Like between those. Like if you're 129 and 85, like it's still good.
Sure.
My blood pressure, like that second number was like
Mhm.
over 100. It was like 111 or something like that. And at
Mhm.
first I was at like one It was like 150 or something, dude. It was literally like I went to the urgent care and they were like, dude, you could drop dead within the next second. Like they were
Mhm.
they were just like they were just like, we don't even understand how you're alive, like, or how you've been alive for this long. they were like
Mhm.
they were like, you could, and it would literally be like, I remember I'd be in bed like the nights leading up to kind of me finally being like, all right, I'm gonna finally go to the doctor about this. Like, I would be in bed and I'd be about to fall asleep and I'd feel like my heart like pounding at like a fast rate, and then I'd be like about to sleep and I'd like gasp and it'd be like an adrenaline kick and I couldn't sleep, and it'd be like, because
Mhm.
it's like my body is just trying to stop me from dying. Like
Mhm.
like it'd be like my body is just trying to stop me from dying in that moment. But it was wild, man. But I go
That's
there and they're like, you're dying, heart failure. uh well, first they they throw everything possible. They're like, you have the health of a cancer patient, so they were checking
Mhm.
if I had cancer, and they're like, you don't.
Mhm.
But it was wild, man. I hate. I was only in the hospital for like a week, but I hate, like, death. I'm not afraid of death. I've never, like, death. You grow up in the streets, you get over that. But like,
Mhm.
I being in a hospital, no. Like, I hate. That was like even if, and it's funny because I watched House after I left the hospital, just
Mhm.
because I hated looking at hospitals. Like I'd have to go to the doctor for a checkup, and I'd feel like uneasy about that. I'd be like, I don't want
Mhm.
to even look at a waiting room because I was here for too long. So I forced myself to watch like 7 seasons of House,
Mhm.
just just to get just to get over this. Like,
Exposure
I'd be like,
therapy.
this is I'd be like, this is soft, bro. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
some soft stuff. I'm like, nigga can't look at the hospital without. I'd be like, I'm watching House.
Mhm.
Speaking of House,
The
that show, that show was a good for 5 seasons.
uh-huh.
That show was great for 5 seasons, bro.
You
What's
didn't
up?
like it after that?
I I got to like season that I couldn't get finished the last season, bro. Once Cuddy and House got together, I was like, this is getting convoluted, man. This is
It was
getting
very silly.
this
That
is
was a
getting
very
out here.
silly thing that happened.
I was like, this is some, like, we're near the end and we just need to add stuff to keep this show going. Like, this show should have ended 2 seasons ago, but we're gonna keep this going. But it was
Did you finish it?
ridiculous. No, I didn't.
Oh,
And
fair
I
enough.
was
All right.
enjoying it so much. I got to
Mhm.
we're like sick
I know
cats, Lawson.
we're the sick episode.
But the last of House I saw was like Cuddy, like House and Cuddy were together, but and then they broke up because House is House. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
okay, this show is just, oh, and the cast. I'm like, the original cast isn't even here. I'm like, what's the point?
Mhm.
I'm like, what's the point, bro? I don't need to see Doctor of the Week. And then they had that
Yeah.
one guy randomly commit. Um,
Yeah.
they had that one guy, Sean Kingston himself.
Mhm. That's a funny way of putting it.
I don't, I don't. You say that word
Yeah.
on YouTube, and it's never
Mhm.
there. Yeah, that guy, Sean Kingston himself.
I did see that actor recently in something, and I forgot that he didn't actually die. I was like, "What? I
he,
thought he was dead." And then I'm like, "No, that's just his character."
wasn't he in like the Harold and Kumar movies? That was like his
Hmm.
his big thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, he left House to be Obama's. What was he? He was an important position in Obama's office. I can't think of his name. That's
Huh.
why he had his character killed off. Wait, I gotta look
That's
this up.
crazy. Cal Penn Obama.
That's why they
It just
abruptly
keeps saying a staff member, but what did he do? National Arts Policy Committee.
yeah,
Associate
that's
Director of the White House Office of Public Engagement and Intergovernmental Affairs.
Yeah, that's why they had his character abruptly
This
taken out.
necessitated Lawrence Kuttner being written out of the TV series House. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they were like, well, an unexplained Kingston. They were like, an unexplained, you're out of here, bro. I was like, all right, this is what we're doing. Okay. And I just lost interest. I was like, okay. And House just genuinely became annoying. I mean, he was always annoying, but at that point, he was so annoying that it was not
You were just like, I'm
endearing
out.
to watch. I was like, this guy is just annoying. Like, but I gotta say, seasons 1 through 5, yes, strong, strong. It's not lupus for when every episode was it's lupus. It's not lupus. Yes. Oh yeah, but anyway, the heart failure, bro. That's why keep your heart, bro. Eat well. That's why I'd be telling you to eat well, bro.
And not live off energy drinks.
There's literally so much stuff that can cause heart failure. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like the amount of like stuff you do that can like weaken your heart and cause heart failure. It's like a crazy like. I was in the hospital and they were like, you can never drink caffeine again. I was like, all right, I never really drank it before, and they're like, and don't do any more cocaine. I was like, I never did cocaine, but all right,
okay.
It's the sick episode.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a?
I was like, sorry, what were you saying?
Have you ever had like a long hospital stay?
No. I'm gonna say no.
I've visited hospitals a lot.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the worst like physical ailment that I've had. I don't know.
But like I couldn't. I was out for some reason. Reba was always on when I was in the hospital. Like that was just on constantly. Like I turn on the cable TV, and it'd be like, "I'm a survivor," like right away. My rooms are playing in the grass. Every time I turn on that TV, it'd be that or Pawn Stars. Like I would just watch back and
Reba
forth.
And Pawn Stars. Oh my God.
Stars. But now, if I hear that, like, hey, my ribs are playing in the grass, I'm like transported back to the hospital bed. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I can't do this, bro.
That's funny. That's crazy.
But for some reason, I could still watch Pawn Stars. Pawn Stars is fine with me. Like, I could still watch Pawn Stars. I see Chum-Li and Rick and all them, and I'm happy. I'm like, it's like, oh, these are old friends.
Like old times, yeah.
But like it was so leading up to being in the hospital. When your heart is like not pumping, so my heart, if your heart isn't working properly, like your heart pumps all the fluids through your body, like water, blood. If your heart isn't pumping, my heart. It was like pumping much faster than it should, but it wasn't working. Mm-hmm. So it was. I'm like not a This is just from what the cardiologist told me. Apparently, the average like heart is supposed to. A healthy heart is supposed to pump at like 50 or 45%. Like that's the healthy rate or something of like. My heart was going at like 12%. That's where my heart was like going at, and my heart was literally had like a fracture. Like that's how it was like just being like my heart rate was so high. Like I put my hand on my chest and it was just like it was just going crazy. Like at some insanely high rate. But when that happens, it's like the fluids in your body. It doesn't process them. So it just stays inside your body. So like it starts with, you know how like if people eat a bunch of salt, their like ankles and feet start kind of swelling up. Mm-hmm. Like if you have a too high sodium of a diet, that's because high blood pressure, your heart is But usually for most people, it just stops there. They get off the salt. So that happened to me, but it did that with my entire leg. So my entire
Oh, right.
leg, like it, like
Yeah.
ballooned, like
Hmm.
all the way up from my legs to like the bottom of my stomach. It was just like a balloon. Like it was just full of liquids, bro, and it would just like leak out the pores, and it was the worst. And New was still hanging with me. I remember we'd be like in the kitchen standing there, and he's like, bro, I'm slipping on your fluids. I'm like, hey man, I don't. I would I would be walking around my apartment with like a towel underneath my feet, like kind of like shimmying around, and I
Oh
was so
God.
weak. I was so weak. I shout out to Noob. Noob was literally he was visiting me in the hospital like so
Hmm.
often. When I got back, he would be like him and his mom and his sister. They literally like cleaned my apartment. Like they just came over and like deep cleaned my whole apartment. Like I was just in
Oh.
bed. Like I didn't even ask for this. I was just chilling in bed, and they just came over and like and they brought me a whole bunch of food and stuff. I was like, hey man, hey shout out to
Oh.
y'all. But like I'm in there, man. And yeah, so I'm leaking fluids out of my legs all over the floor. I'd literally wake up in bed, like I'd sleep and I'd wake up in bed and like my sheets would just be
Oh
soaked
God.
down where my legs were. Down to the mattress, bro.
That's
It was so
crazy.
bad. It was so bad. And it was
Hmm.
and keep bear in mind I was still working while I was doing this cuz it was like this before I went to the hospital. So I'd
Hmm.
start my day, I'd get up, I'd take like 5 towels and I'd wrap them around my legs and I'd take like this piece like I ordered some medical tape. I'd take some medical tape, I'd fasten the towels. My feet were so swollen that I couldn't fit into regular shoes. I had to get like these like size like 17 boots.
Hmm.
I'd pull those on and I fasten the towels so they would like absorb all the all the fluids
Oh
throughout
my
the day.
Lord.
And then I'd go to work and I'd fry chicken and then I'd be walking around cleaning out fryers, scrubbing the floors, doing my thing. I'd be standing over the fryer and I'd be so tired and weak. Literally like cuz Noob's job was like across the street. He worked at a place that was across the street from that grocery
Hmm.
store. So on break, he'd stop by and like get something, and he'd see me, and he would just look so sad, like, cause he knows like the type of person I am, where like I'm pretty stubborn, so he
Hmm.
know like I like if I'm gonna go to the, it has to be like my choice, and he'd see me, and like I'd be standing over the fryer like I'm about to pass out into and just and just fall into the hot oil, bro. Like, and I'd be like, "You want some chicken? All right, 2 piece."
Oh
And I'm like making it and handing it to him. And I lived like that for a good 6 months. And
God.
we were still recording videos. I was still being hilarious on camera. Some of the best content I made. I mean, the fans were only seeing me
Right.
from waist up. Some of the best content I made, I had towels strapped to my legs, and I was literally so tired and in
Oh
pain the
God.
whole time. Oh yeah, also if your body, when your body is like storing fluids, it starts in your lungs also. So it was literally like my lungs were like 50% full of fluids. So it was like I was drowning on air. Like I would
Hmm.
like every breath, like say I would like inhale, it would only feel like I was like this. I don't know if this will make sense. Like you inhale and you're like taking 100% of oxygen. It would
Hmm.
only like I'd take a super deep breath, like I'm like, and it only felt like I took in like twenty five
A
percent
little
of
bit.
oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though I'm taking in a huge breath because
Hmm.
my lungs were just like full, bro, and it was the worst, man.
That's
Like
that is wild.
the like once my lungs were all empty and I could breathe, I was like, oh man, I forgot what it's like. Because for 7 months, I just couldn't I couldn't sleep. If I laid down, I'd feel like I was dying because it would kind of just form. Like all the fluids would just form in my chest and stay there. Like I'd have to sleep,
Hmm.
sitting up, lean forward because
Oh
then the
Jesus.
fluids kind of settle down. and it was like, man, dude. Now sometimes even today I'll be walking around and I'll like breathe and I'm like, ah man, like I remember when it was not like
It's like
when it
appreciate
was not
breathing.
this
Yeah.
easy. Yeah, I'm like I can breathe. Like I don't have like I don't put on pants and by the end of the day they're fully like soaked with water and they're like sticking to my skin when I take them off at the end of the day.
Got a new lease on life.
But it was
Oh, man.
wild, man. Dude,
Yeah, that's
hospital.
crazy.
And that was like around the time I found your videos too. I don't know if I was in the hospital or shortly out of the. Wait, when did? Well, what was the first video of yours I commented on? Was it the LSAT? Let me see. How long ago
I
was
was gonna
this?
say you DM'd me and like
I DM,
you
but I
DM'd
think
me,
I
but we'd been
was
yeah we'd been
following before. Yeah.
talking at that point. So
Let me see. So that video was 3 years ago.
hmm
I don't know if I feel like I was watching your videos before I was commenting because I was literally like that was literally just in the bed just like
hmm
like I was either in the hospital or out of the hospital just like because before that we had 2 Scoops XD was peak success. We were literally bringing in like
hmm
counting Patreon, coffee, YouTube ad revenue, we'd be bringing in like 1,000 a month. Like it was like
hmm
I was working. My job was giving me great hours. I was like, we were such a great. That was one of the like the big things of That was what the big sad thing was like the hit this took. Cause I really enjoyed making. I mean, it was never like a job to me. Like I just do this for fun. But I was like,
hmm
man, this is gonna kill the algorithm. Like, like
yeah.
we were at like a upward trajectory, man. And I was like, man, this is gonna kill the algorithm. But I mean, I'm alive, so I don't really care.
Yeah, right. What is this? Oh, I see.
But man,
I'm seeing if I can see comments from user on channel.
can you like type in my name?
Yeah, because it's showing that you are the top commenter, received one of the highest number of hearts from you.
Hey, there we go. When
So
I
congrats on
let me
being one of my
see.
top commenters. But
Weekly
okay,
cam.
looks like it's not a feature immediately available through YouTube. So
Let me see.
tough.
Where are you with my top commenters? I'm pretty sure you are as well. Let me see.
hmm
Yeah, you are a top commenter. You've received 31 hearts.
Nice. So there's no imbalance. Imbalance there. Mouse, where are you going? Mouse, where are you going? Come back. Okay, bye.
But dude, I decided to watch House after the hospital because I realized because I had to go to the doctor like every like 3 times a month at first because they're
hmm
like you're because the first I'm in the hospital and they're giving me the news. They're like we're gonna put you on the list to get a heart transplant. And you know if you get a heart transplant, that's like I mean it's good, but you're like that might give you like I don't know 15 years maybe like depending on
hmm
the science or something. It's not like it's not like you get a kidney transplant and you can
Right.
like live with that. A heart transplant, it's like you know they were talking about like they were like phrasing sentences like for what you like they were saying things like what you have left in life or I want to
Uh-huh.
make the time you have left in life I want you to be healthy for the time you
That's
have
crazy.
like every sentence was phrased like that
hmm
like all right so for like a solid 2 years I was just like all right I'm gonna die
On
within the
borrowed
next
time. Man.
yeah within the next like I was making videos with you thinking like all right yeah I'll probably who knows like
Wow. That's wild.
but so I realized that I hated hospitals with a passion
hmm
so and it's because I was watching I don't know how far you got into the Sopranos you need to watch this Cam watch the Sopranos bro
Alright.
watch the Sopranos bro But there's like a lot of hospital sequences, especially in the last season. There's like a pretty traumatic hospital sequence. I don't want to spoil the show for you, but it lasts like a many episodes, and like it involves like the whole family and everything. And that's when I was watching it, because I watched The Sopranos while I was on recovery, and I was watching it and I was like, man, I really hate hospitals, and this is really soft in me. You know what? I hate being soft, bro. If something is soft in me, like I'm that type. Like like you know the sound of like scratching a chalkboard, how that sound is really annoying. I realized I hated that sound. And I was like, this is soft that this sound causes a reaction to me. So I remember I stood by a chalkboard and just scratched it over and over again until it meant nothing to me anymore. Like I was like nah, this is soft. Like get this out of here, bro. Like my game gotta be tight.
I have these weaknesses. Like, oh my god.
That's always been my personality. If it's soft, we not doing this. Like, just for the sake of it. Like, not for ego reasons. Like, I need to be the. I don't. It's just like a. I don't know, man. A black toxic masculinity. We can't be soft out here. But so I got to like the end of the Sopranos. And I was like, yo, this has really affected me. Well, time to watch a hospital drama. So I watched House until seeing a hospital did not affect me anymore.
Man, I should do more of that for all my problems. Just like constant exposure therapy. Yeah.
I'm not suggesting this for the people.
Exposure therapy is a thing. It's probably a controlled way of going about it, but you did seems to have worked. So,
but I mean, like, to what level? Like, I don't want to get into the traumas of Cam, but like, what would be like something that? What would I'm not saying you gotta spill it, but like, what would be like something that like you would see and like you would typically avoid? Like, I don't know, because it'd be some like what would be something that you could like expose yourself to that would be
something like something minor that I could talk about would just be like certain music. But then whenever I try, I'm like, oh, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I don't want to do this, and then I stop. But
are you just generally like? Well, you've said it yourself that you're not a confrontational person in general. I'm very confrontational. I'm always like with myself and in life, like I've always been, it's because I've always kind of been like the leader of like my people. So I'd be like, what you say about like I will make this a thing. Like I'd be like, nigga, what you say? Like I'll be like, we doing this? Like, is this happening? Like, so I don't know. I have to confront everything, like, because if you don't, it's soft. I'm not saying you're soft for not confronting it. This is just this is just soft, how I feel about me. Soft Cam.
Soft Cam. It's a yeah. I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose.
No, I don't know. If something will bother me, I will do it until it doesn't bother me. I'm like, I mean, unless it's something that should bother you. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna dive into acid until it doesn't burn my skin. Like, you know, like
right.
But like, I don't know. That's just how. Again, I don't know if this is a healthy thing. I don't know. I've never like been to therapy or anything. I don't. This is just how I have have always done things.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably a happy medium somewhere in there, but
you gotta cook. You gotta get in that kitchen.
Yeah, true.
You're like
so true.
You're like, I just have this vision of you like holding a pan, and you're like just shaking,
just like crying.
Like,
yeah,
you're just like Cam. Put some butter in that pan. Put some butter in that pan.
Like, please, no. Don't make me.
I'm like, you can do it. You see that I don't know if it was Maury or one of those shows, but it was like a girl that was like terrified of olives or something. And
I
like
feel like maybe I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
and she was like, "All right, bring the olives," and they had someone run out and chase her with like a thing of olives. Have you seen this? Wait, I have
Actually,
to
I don't
find
know if
this
I
one.
thought I had, but now I'm not sure.
Wait, I have to find this. Wait, I found this. It's like, bring out the olives. I'm just gonna send this to you. I don't know if you'll add this in or something, but I feel
Right,
I feel
yeah.
like this is what you need.
All right, let's see. Oh my god, my stomach is killing me. The fuck?
Sit cam, soft cam.
Sick cam, soft cam, for real. Here, I'll.
Bro, my rate of video output was still higher than yours when I was dying. Like when I
I'm
was
so
dying,
soft.
I was still recording and editing and editing more videos.
Oh god. Maybe we can experience this together. If
Oh, did
you.
you? Let me add this.
Yeah, let's see.
What's the matter?
There's no olives.
What?
There's no olives near me.
There are no olives here. There are no olives here.
No, he's lying.
Olives?
Please, no door.
Wait a second. Let me ask you something. My God, you're holding onto my hand and you're going to pull it off. Sally, black olives or green olives? Any kind. Doesn't matter. Okay. Why olives?
Because they remind me of dead people.
It's just
Why do they remind you of dead?
My grandfather sat up in his coffin and looked at me when he died.
olives are
So he
delicious.
looked up at you when he died?
With green eyes.
With green eyes?
With a black in them.
How old were you when this happened?
7.
7. And you really believe that your grandfather came right up out of his coffin and he had green eyes? And ever since then, you've been scared of olives? Do you eat olives?
No, I can't even come down the aisle.
Okay. Now, you can't even go down the aisle of a grocery store? Mary, you won't let go of me.
Oh, yeah.
Bring out the olives.
Did they censor the person's face?
Sally. Sally, I don't have anything.
Oh my
Sally, I don't
God.
have anything.
I didn't see the full.
my
I've only saw like the 30. Bring out the olives, and she runs away. I didn't see this
Yeah.
full.
They did. They censored the woman's face. Wait.
Can't even go down the aisle of a grocery. Bring out the olives.
Why'd they blur her face?
She did a historical atrocity, man.
It's like she's an executioner. Oh,
Bring out the olives.
that's crazy.
Maury would be doing this type of stuff all the time.
Yeah. I remember when I was in, like, I don't know, elementary school, I would be entertained by Maury. Like, I'd find Maury clips online and stuff. But man, he's still doing it, isn't he?
I don't
He
think he's
still
doing
has a
this
show.
anymore.
Or does he not?
No, this because that was like in 2000.
Maury Povich, let's see. Oh yeah, retired. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
But until 2022.
Hey, that's a long run.
He stopped in 2022. I knew it was kind of recent.
I'm trying to think of another, because this is like always been my personality. Like if something is upsetting me, then I'll just like I've always had the mindset of like we gotta thug this out. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was me for like 6-7 months while I had pneumonia, heart failure, possibly a blood clot. I was like, I was waking up every day like I'd be in front of that camera like, all right, we thugging this out. Like we, like literally, like if there was like behind the scene footage of me during that time, like I'd be like, oh, all right, all right, we're watching this. Like we're watching the. If the raw footage, because I had so much fluid in my lungs that I would endlessly cough up stuff and spit it into like a water bottle. Like I'd literally fill up water bottles just with lung fluid, bro.
Jesus.
So I'd be like, I'd cut that out so much, and then I'd be like, oh wait, back to the movie. Like we thugging this out. I don't know. I just don't have it in me to stop, man. I don't know. Like if something is like causing resistance or is in my way, I just have this like, well, push through. Like I have like I have learned, especially through this, that I will push through something until I am about to die. So that's like,
yeah, good for you. I guess.
And my mom had like a serious discussion. She was like, "That's a great." She was like, "You're strong, but like." You need to have like a limit. You need. He was like, you need to have a limit.
You also need to
like,
chill. Yeah.
She was like, you need to have like like I'm dying or I'm not being healthy. I need to stop. Like, my mom was like, I love that. She's like, I'm proud that I raised such a strong. It's like such a strong man, but like,
like you need to cool it.
You need to have a limit. Because this is something that a regular person would have stopped working like when it started.
Yeah, it's like when you were telling me about your last job that you had recently that was just like super physically demanding compared to what you're doing now. I was like, oh man. And then
it paid so well though. It paid so well though.
In any case.
My mom literally, like, I was at work, I was on break, and I was still healthy. Like, I was good. Like, it wasn't a point. I feel like if I stayed at that job for a while, I probably would have gotten bad. But, like, that, like, I wish I was, like, 19 and healthy. That would have been the perfect job to have. It's like when I was, like, 19 and had so much, and had, like, an undamaged, like, heart and body. Like, I would have stacked up so much money. But my mom literally texted me. She was like, she was like, awesome. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't call me awesome, but she was just like, awesome. She was like, I don't want you to die. I was like, all right. If mama is saying like she don't want me to die, like I was like, all right.
Sorry, now I'm just looking at pictures of Connie Chung. Who is a journalist and also Maury Povich's second wife.
Who is Cody Ko?
She's like a celebrated journalist and also Maury Povich's second wife. And I'm fascinated.
Are they still married?
Happened. They're still married. And they've been for like a while. And I'm like, what was she doing? Like this... Like, I think... Does it say she got a Lifetime Achievement Award? And then he didn't start his show till after they were married. Okay, that makes a little more sense. I was like, what is this woman doing marrying this tabloid talk show host? But he didn't actually start it till they were already married. So
how old is Maury?
He's 85.
Oh my.
Oh wait, yeah, he's 85.
Wow, Jerry Springer.
Is Jerry Springer still alive?
He was the mayor of Cincinnati? Okay. No, he died last year. He died in Chicago. You took him out.
Wow. He was born in the UK.
Yeah, he like 21 Savage.
Crazy.
I'm trying to think, what was the peak the peak, like, because daytime TV is the worst. Like, if you watch a TV in the daytime on cable,
Yeah.
like, well, I don't know anyone who has cable. Hospitals still have cable. Like, they still have. Oh yeah, I watched censored Godfather 1 and 2, and I turned off
Right.
3. I was like, all right, I don't need to see the third one ever. I watched The Mummy, Brendan Fraser, The Mummy. The
Oh,
classic. Bad TV, man. Oh yeah, dude, hospital food, bro.
Oh.
All right, I had to be on like a very specific heart diet. Like I couldn't eat a grain of salt. I couldn't I mean, I'd never drank caffeine much before. I was never like a caffeine guy. But like no caffeine. I couldn't, because my body was holding so much fluids. I had to live almost a dehydrated life where I had to drink like such small portions of water in a day. To the point where I was so thirsty that I was like smuggling water. Like they'd give me like a water bottle for lunch, and then I'd drink some of it, and they'd watch me the whole time. Like I'd be eating, and they would watch me the entire time, and then they would take any excess water and like walk away. So I'd like, when they weren't looking, I would like take an extra water bottle and like put it in like behind my back.
Oh man.
Like, and then in the night, when I knew I wouldn't get visited, I'd be like, I would just be like sipping. I'd be like, like,
Oh god.
just sipping some water. Like,
Little fiend.
and like I was allowed to use seasonings, but it had to be like this weird salt-free seasoning, which I mean is fine. I can like, you can make food good without like salt.
Yeah.
But they would only give it to me in rations. So like I would have like, and they would always take any excess. Like say I didn't finish something, they would just take it. So if there was seasoning with a meal, there would always be all these excess seasoning packets, and I would smuggle those as well. Like I'd take those and put them with the water bottles behind my back. And then like when they weren't looking, I would sprinkle some seasoning over my food. Like, seasoning, yes. Like, open it up, put it in there. And even though I was so thirsty to the point that if I didn't have a water bottle, even though I was bedbound, I would like get out of bed, shimmy like my leaking legs across the thing, go to the bathroom, turn on the sink faucet, and just start drinking water. Like I was so thirsty.
Oh god.
Like it was the worst, man. Noob was visiting me. Noob was looking. I mean, we don't really be. Me and Noob don't be talking about that soft stuff. But like he was telling me, he was like, bro, he was like, man, you know, sometimes I just be crying. I was like, man, like,
Oh.
this is some. He'd be visiting me all the time, bro. I remember when I first told him I was in the hospital, he straight up just like left work and just like came right there. I was like, man, this is. I was like, this is the bro.
Oh my god. I'm getting distracted.
Pale Cam, bro. Cam looks so pale. I know you're gonna add some like and you're gonna like tweak the contrast of this or something.
Well, I always we'll see how much my color grading can do for the fact that I'm the same color as my bed frame right now.
Dude, literally, it's the same.
Yeah.
You're like camouflage, bro.
Yeah. Blend right in.
You ever been? So you've never like had to stay at a hospital for an extended period of time?
No. I'm trying to think like what's the worst physical ailment I've had. I don't really know.
That's why you gotta start cooking and don't be eating a whole bunch of sodium, bro. Lay off the sodium.
Yeah, I'm setting myself up. And the more I talk about
eat
it,
in general.
Yeah.
Eat, bro.
For real. Ugh.
This for anyone. Because heart issues kind of run in my family. So there's some people that it doesn't run in their family, so it's not such a big deal. But I mean, if you got like a history of people in your family having heart attacks and stuff, like you especially you gotta look out for that.
Yeah. I'm contributing so little today. I apologize. I was
It's
so
all good.
tired.
This was the sick awesome episode.
Yeah. Awesome tells all. About this time.
I was there just watching cam videos, bro. I'll remember. I was in that I don't know if I was in I just because it kind of was all like I was on a bunch of medicine. There was a point where I was taking like 7 to 8 pills a day, and multiple times a day. Like I had like a cycle where I had to take like 1 pill 3 times a day. I had to take 4 pills 3 times a day, 2 twice a day. One like it was like a cycle, and it would like leave me in like a weird state where I was like tired all the time. I was like beta blockers. This is gonna block my testosterone. No, what?
Oh, my teeth.
but it like blocked it at such a small rate that it didn't even matter. Like it was like the amount I was taking. Like a person that was like transitioning would take like 200, whereas I was taking like 25 or something. So it wasn't like it was like such a. But I saw that they're like it's gonna block your testosterone. I was like, oh no, like not my T levels. and they were like, I remember the doctor looked at me. He was like, dude, you are a young man. Like this is not.
You'll be fine.
This is not something that he was like. You have testosterone to spare. Like. But I was like, not my T levels. What'll I do?
What do I do?
So your job just doesn't schedule you for like, they're like, you're just not getting paid this week? Like,
Straight up. And then I was like, and I tried to talk to my manager, and he was like, yeah, we just like can't afford to put any more people on this week. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, why did you bring how does this happen? I was like,
this
if
is
I
the
were
retail
actually
life, bro.
like subsisting solely on this income, I'd be fucked. Like,
And I that was me for a long time. I was paying rent somehow.
but
So what is your like in a week? How many hours do you average a week?
it really depends. It varies so much. I was like, can you give me like 20 to 30 hours a week? And sometimes they'll give me like 10. And I'm like, what? Why?
Is it like 10 in one day, or is it like 4 one day, 4 another day, and like 2 another day?
Yeah, it'll be like 5 and 5. It's typically like 5 to 5.5 at a time. And sometimes they'll give me like 2 days. And I'm like, I asked for more hours. But yeah, I was not expecting them to be like, yeah, we straight up can't afford to have you working more. I was like, okay.
I'm out of that. I got my office job. I work 40 hours. I work the same days every day. I come into my office. I sit at my desk, and I'm just like, hey.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
You got to get this a future cam. This is gonna be. You're about to be graduate cam soon enough.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell.
You're gonna have to be 40-hour a week cam. What type of what type of jobs you want, bro?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go work on like a campaign. It's
like a
likely what
political
I'll
campaign?
do. Yeah. At least in the meantime, as I figure out what I want to do. Bro, I don't know why I opened Instagram, but someone that my friend tried to set me up with in like high school just got married. And I guess that tends to happen.
Yeah,
I don't
especially
even
at my age.
yeah. But at my age,
A lot of I grew up in the church. People were getting married at 18.
yeah.
People were getting shipped away and married at like 18, bro.
Mm-hmm. Boy.
Is this person happy? Are they like
Probably.
marriage?
I assume so. I don't really know. Anyway,
Marriage
I'm
is
ready
wild,
to just
man.
I'm ready to just pick up this mic and like you know. I gotta plug in my computer. My computer's about to die. I'm about to die. Everyone's on low battery here. It's like if my shot already wasn't unflattering enough, wearing no makeup and being pale and tired, now all you see is like the bottom of my chin.
Hey, I'm glad to see the raw the raw cam.
Yeah, this is really cam unfiltered. Oh my god, I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I gotta get up. This is me in the morning. I gotta get up. I gotta get up, and then I just lie here. I gotta get up. This is ridiculous.
5 a.m. Sometimes I wake up at 4. You know, I'm like I'm getting up. It's 4 a.m. I'm popping up out this bed. But yeah, for the algorithm, thank you to all my YouTube subscribers who have been rocking with me. I've gotten some great messages, bro. I mean, I always knew I had a large... I mean, I have like, what, 25,000, 6,000 subscribers. I always knew I had like a... But you never realize like how influential you are until people... like the amount of messages I got where they were just like... There's things you say, like, they're like... You come off as such a confident guy, and then, like... I always think of how, like, you wouldn't care about this, or you would just be like, this person's lame, and then move on with life.
Yeah, that's so nice.
So I internalize that, and I'm like, all right, man, this is... I mean, if I was reading this on 2 Scoops, I'd be like, you loser. But like, but I'm like, that's nice, bro.
Yeah, we're on the raw unfiltered channel. We're on the real channel.
They're messaging me. People be like I've been praying for you every single day. I'm like, dude, literally, someone sent me a CPAP machine because I needed that to like help breathe at night. Someone straight up sent me a CPAP machine, bro. You know how much those are, bro? Wait, let me look up. I'm gonna shout out the person, Nicole. I be doing videos with her sometimes, but let me see. CPAP machine. Usually you have to like rent one with insurance.
Yeah.
They are like...
Yeah, because it's like upwards of $300, or like 300 to like 1,000, depending on...
Yes. Because she had a CPAP machine that she didn't need, so she just sent me one, bro. I'm like, you could have sold that on the medical... I don't know what you do with old CPAP machines. On the black market or whatever. I don't know. But literally, that helped me breathe, bro. I was like, I couldn't lay down and breathe. That was the worst, man. Like, I'm like, man, yes.
Man.
But I'm trying to... I got like over $1,000. I got just a lot of general, like, hey man, like, awesome, like, we need you here, like, you're my inspiration. I was like, yo man, like, I'm just on here making jokes about hairlines, like.
Yeah, I'm just a guy. That's so sweet,
yeah,
though.
man. But yeah, I think this was a good hour 14. Is there any topic? Is there any random? Is there anything that you had in mind?
I don't know.
You ever talk about Cody Ko? Is there anything going on in your YouTuber realm that I don't know about? Because I
besides
don't know
Cody
these
Ko,
niggas. Who are these
um,
niggas?
Cody Ko hooked up with a 17-year-old when he was 25, which is not cool.
That's
Um,
disturbing.
yeah.
1738.
Yeah, all the comments on all of his stuff are like trying to strike a chord, and it's probably and he, I guess, has a really good like moderation on his YouTube comments. So like there's nothing in his YouTube comments about it, but then like on his subreddit and on his Instagram and then on his wife's YouTube
Oh,
channel,
he's got a
she's
wife.
like bombarded. Um but that's like
Wait,
who else? Hmm?
so was that girl a popular YouTuber at that time?
Yeah.
Okay. Was she like a fan, or was it like they were meeting as peers?
No, they like had collaborated.
Okay, okay. Because I always
Yeah.
feel really weird when I mean, sleeping with like with fans that are within your over 18. I mean, that's still weird to me. But I don't, when people like sleep with their fans, that's just such a weird thing to me. It's like because you're inherently in like a position of power, like an influence. Like they see you as like they see you as that, man. And I'm not saying I have like diehard like loyal, like I'm like some super mega star. But I don't know, man. I relate to having people like
Yeah, but any
people
sort
look at
of
me like that. But like it's like you're in a position of power, man. It's weird. I don't know. Even like regardless of if they're 17 or if they're like your age, it's weird, man. Like I don't like it, man.
yeah. I What is this? I'm just looking through my YouTube feed right now. And there's this guy that says cancel culture on both sides. Why is that in my recommended? From a
Yeah.
YouTuber I somewhat like, who I haven't watched in a while, but I'm like, why are you saying that? Um,
Hassan. I don't like Hassan.
yeah, I haven't watched Hassan in a long time.
I'm seeing videos of them making videos together that Tana, and it's just weird to watch.
Yeah, there's one, it's like their first video together, I think, where, like, I don't know, 20 seconds in, she gets up and walks away, and he's, like, clearly checking her out. And you can see
Is
in the
she
bar, it's, like, the
underage?
most replayed. Yeah, she's 17, I think, in that video.
What is the video? What's the video called? Like, I,
I think it's called, like, the worst video ever, or something. Worst video
wait, that's
ever,
literally
Tana.
there.
The shittiest video ever.
Is it in the beginning?
It's, if you go over the, like, bar, and you can see there's the most
I don't think
replayed,
that's
and
on
it's
mobile.
18 seconds in.
18 seconds in. All right.
Yeah, so it's exactly that. Um, yeah, it's right.
All right, I see it. Oh no! Oh no!
It's like, Cody, you're
Bro,
on
why?
camera.
Why are you 25 years old in a?
And that.
I haven't. I have not. I can't imagine. I'm 26. I can't imagine, like being in a room. I assume they're like they're at a house. Being at a house alone in a room with a 17, unless it's like a family, like a little cousin or like or something. I can't imagine just being alone. Not that I don't like. Not that I think I would like do anything, but like I don't know. Just on principle, it's like I'm not going to a 17-year-old's house. If a 17-year-old girl was like, "Hey man, you want to record videos with me?" I could see doing it virtually. Like like if she was making like, all right, we're doing this, but I'm not going. I'm not going to the house and doing this, man. This is just not a thing.
And that whole video, he's being like, I'm so old. Teach me teen slang. I'm too old. I don't know the teen whatever. It's like, Cody.
How old is Cody Ko now?
I think 33? Let's see.
I don't know.
Cody Ko. 33, yeah. But
Man, certified lover boy, certified pedophile.
yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a good amount of time.
Alright.
Cameron, Killer Cam, for the algorithm. Yeah, Cameron
oh no,
is
now I'm
Jewish.
reading about Cameron is Jewish. Oh no. Wait, I'm reading something from his subreddit that he dated a high schooler when he was in his 20s.
Oh no,
No.
that's your man. That's your man.
That's
You know
not
that
my
meme? That's
man.
your man. That's your man. That's your boy. That's your man. He was the one talking to them kids. Like,
Cody Ko. I've not heard about this. Who is this person? All right, I'm gonna have to learn
are we
about
still
this on my
going, or
own
do you
time.
want to?
We'll call it. We'll call it. I'll learn about this on my own time. Thanks, everyone. Subscribe.